Some breaking news within the past half hour or so. Israel is under attack right now from Iran. Iran is launching missiles. It appears Israel is intercepting them over the city of Tel Aviv. But live feeds from Fox there have just shown some projectiles appearing to hit the ground. This is a rapidly unfolding situation in Israel. Again, a barrage of ballistic missiles flying in. It's too early to tell if there are any injuries or deaths. We'll keep you updated as we find out more, but that missile attack is happening right now. It's about noon Central Standard Time here, and it's almost 8 p.m. right now in Israel where this is happening. And just before this, a shooting, a potential terror attack, happened near Tel Aviv. Fox reports that shooting happened at a light rail station in Jaffa, Israel. We're told there were 2 attackers who opened fire. Initial reports from the first responders say there were up to 10 victims. They say 4 of the wounded are reported in critical condition. We do not know yet a confirmed number of fatalities in that shooting. Fox reports there's no identification of the gunman, but rather there is no indication that the gunmen have been stopped. We'll let you know as we find out more on that. Widespread devastation left behind by Hurricane Helene came to light Monday across the south, revealing a wasteland of splintered houses, crushed cargo containers, and mud-covered highways. This is reported as one of the worst storms in U.S. history. The death toll has passed 130. A crisis was unfolding in western North Carolina, where residents were stranded by washed-out roads and by a lack of power and cellular service. They lined up for fresh water and a chance to message loved ones that they were alive days after the storm. At least 133 deaths in 6 southeastern states have been attributed to the storm. It inflicted damage from Florida's Gulf Coast to the Appalachian Mountains in Virginia. The toll steadily rose as emergency workers reached areas isolated by collapsed roads, failing infrastructure, and much flooding all over. During a briefing Monday, White House Homeland Security Advisor Liz Sherwood Randall suggested as many as 600 people hadn't been accounted for as of Monday afternoon, saying some might be dead. Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Walz are scheduled to meet tonight, Tuesday, in the lone vice presidential debate of the 2024 election. The debate is bringing together the 2 undercards who've spent 2 months going after each other and the opposing nominees who top the major party tickets. The 90-minute debate hosted by CBS News in New York is scheduled to begin at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Dock workers at ports from Maine to Texas began walking picket lines early this morning in a strike over wages and automation. This could reignite inflation and cause shortages of goods if it goes on for more than a few weeks. The contract between the ports and about 45,000 members of the International Longshoremen's Association expired at midnight. And even though progress was reported in talks on Monday, the workers still went on strike. The strike is affecting 36 ports. It's the first by the union since 1977. The local ILA president, Boise Butler, said workers want a fair contract that doesn't allow automation of their jobs. The Israeli military ordered the evacuation of several Lebanese communities near the border today, shortly after starting what it called a limited, localized operation against Hezbollah terrorists in southern Lebanon, carrying out targeted ground raids in villages close to the Israeli border. The targets, it said, pose an immediate threat to Israeli communities in northern Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a warning Monday to Iran, which backs Hezbollah and Hamas. He said, quote, "There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach." This is just days after an airstrike south of Beirut killed the leader of the Lebanese Hezbollah terror group, which is backed by Tehran. Hezbollah's acting leader, Naim Qassem, promised the group will fight on following the death Friday of its longtime chief Hassan Nasrallah. Israel has also assassinated several of the group's top commanders in recent days. Qassem said the group's fighters are ready and the slain commanders have already been replaced. Israel and Hezbollah have been trading fire across the Lebanon border almost since October 8th, the day after the Hamas terrorists raided Israel, massacred more than 1,200 Israeli men, women, and children, and also Hamas abducted some 250 people. That's all for this AFN News Update. Thanks for watching. Also, don't forget you can check out afn.net for much more news from a Christian perspective. I'm Bronson Woodruff.